Hey everybody, how you doing this beautiful morning? I'm on my way to work, and as I'm driving, the Lord starts speaking to me and asks me the question, why do you think some people experience my presence in worship and other people don't? I thought, that's a great question, Lord. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Well, here's what he showed me. When we are familiar with someone, when we walk in the door of a church, when we walk in the door of a building, when we walk into a coffee shop, if you're familiar with someone, you have some level of relationship with them, then your connection is instant. If you walk into a room and you don't know anyone, you see faces, but you don't know who they are, you've had no experience with them outside of that building, maybe you've never seen them before, maybe you've never met them before, you go in, you observe what's going on around you, you listen, you learn, you watch, but maybe you never encounter what they encounter. The reason is based on relationship. So if we have a relationship with somebody outside of a room, it makes our relationship with them in the room more valuable, more enjoyable, more identifiable upon arrival in the room. And the same is true with God. If we don't have a relationship with God outside of the room we call church, outside of the room we call Bible study, outside of the room that we call conference, then when we come into those rooms, there's no relationship there. It's not familiar. And so someone can write, like I write a lot about my encounters with God in church, because I spend time with him outside of church. And he desires us to spend time with him, getting to know him outside of church, not just in the building. And so I want to encourage you. God doesn't have favorites. He doesn't like one person more than he likes the other. But people actually reveal their measure of relationship with him based on their interaction with him in certain buildings that represent him. Does that make sense to you? I'm here to tell you, build your relationship with the Lord outside of the building called church, outside of the building called a Christian conference, outside of the building called a worship experience. And then when you enter into those rooms, you won't be unfamiliar with his presence, unfamiliar with entering into the throne room when we begin to worship and sing and lift up our voices together, because you have already practiced spending time with him. You've already gotten to know him outside of the building. So when you enter into the building, there's instant connection. We do it with people all the time. Now we've got to learn to do it with God. I encourage you with this today. He wants to meet you outside of the building so that when you're in the building, you enter in. You don't just stand there like a deer in the headlights like, I have no idea what we're doing. I have no idea who this man is. I've been going to church for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, but I'm still unfamiliar with the head of the house, who is God. Just something to consider. I love you, I bless you, and I hope you have a fantastic Monday.